let me know if this shit starts getting glitchy on my side because I can't tell. I can't really see anything. All right, man. All right.
3060.
All right. So I'm not gonna really do a welcome in here. We're gonna cut this in and shit like that. All right. So we're just doing I guess a part three now. We're gonna cut and paste the last video in and gonna add this in here. But we do have another face in here. We got Super Villain Nova on there. Why are we not displaying the names in here? What just happened? Or is it just me?
No, there's no names.
Fucking Christ.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Wait, here, hold on. I'll do something. Hold on. I might be able to do something for us. Hold on.
Identity crisis.
Hold on. I might be
There we
able
are.
to do something.
Okay.
Ah!
Just in time, you saved our lives.
All right, guys. Front raw vid. We're gonna add a little bit more to it. We had a good time last night and whatnot, but we got Super Villain Nova in here. If you want to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I
There
want
you
my
go.
name tag.
That's good enough.
That's all you need to know.
That's it.
We got Stevie back,
I'm gonna...
and you guys know Scotty Thotty over there. Him and his little nemesis behind him and stuff. Again, I tell you, I know him and his people are vouching against me. I know they are.
The racist.
9.
9.
All right, so where were we? We were talking about 90s, 2000s, early 2000s rock and stuff like that. Yesterday we talked about where we were and all that, the culture and all that.
Nostalgia.
There you go. We were just going back in time last night. Had a little fun with it. Today we're just gonna go in a little bit more detail with it. And again, like you guys can piggyback anytime. Please don't have me just sit here talking. Please don't have me just sit here talking and shit. Guys, you got your fuel, you got your drinks, you got your in drinks. God, don't speak all at once. Jesus Christ. So
We're very talkative.
We're held here against our will.
Fuel.
Wait, I have to put on yellow if I'm in trouble, right? Or if I need help. Or yellow.
Yeah. Get my ass beat. Can't say it.
All right, right on. Anybody familiar with the ska era punk rock or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Okay, so we're talking
Buddy
about bands like
Boss
Fish.
Tones. Real Big
There you go.
Fish.
There you go.
Less than Jake.
Sublime.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
No doubt at the beginning. Yes.
There you go. Right. No doubt in the beginning. There you go.
Tragic Kingdom.
Gosh.
There you go. We call that the third way of ska, and that's where we're going to head into. Pretty popular at the time. I guess the whole swing dance thing was a big deal. So you got the dudes dressed in their little zoot suits and stuff like that. Big brass band. Be like 20 dudes in one band. Constantly every day they're changing members, so you never know who was who and stuff, which was always fun and all that. Scott, you remember anything like that? Relate to it, whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fuck you. I got it.
I'm not as enthusiastic, but yeah.
Wasn't
I got it.
Fedoras like more like 2005 kind of era?
Yeah, that was Jason Mraz.
That was like gosh, it was like Fall Out Boy and like Panic at the Disco kind of style for zoot suits. So like and like the fedoras.
The Zuzus was before that because I was
Zoot Riots.
Yeah, because I was in the last part of grade school and middle school. I was in band and I played the trumpet. So I was obsessed with ska because you didn't really hear brass instruments in popular music, and you just heard wailing, and it was so like transcendental for my little trumpet player heart.
Aww.
I need to get a trumpet.
I was from Jersey, so like, yeah, no doubt. I was saying no doubt earlier. But I was in Jersey, and we just had nothing but ska for like the most part of like my middle school years, so like the 90s. Less Than Jake came out and used to play in Jersey all the time, all the time.
I saw him at Warped Tour 5-6 years ago. I fell in love. I actually didn't know about Less Than Jake until Scream 2 came out, because for the soundtrack they did a cover of I Think I Love You.
Something like
And
that.
it was amazing. They played it. It played over the closing credits, and I was like, "Yes, I need more of this."
I knew about Less Than Jake. My sister, her first boyfriend was like a little punk rocker. So like all of like her CDs and like mixed tapes, like we had cassette tapes. He used to give her like cassette tapes, and that's how I found out through like the ska punk shit. And like a whole bunch of stuff went through. Yeah.
That's where I got Green Day. I had Dookie on cassette.
I got Green Day towards like somewhere like right before like the 2000.
God dang, we getting ahead of ourselves over here. I love this shit though. I ain't even got to that era of him. We're already in Green Day. Hold on now.
Sorry, my bad.
We're just talking about like the eras of like when the music entered into our lives, and
No, you're
that
good. I mean, you guys
us
are cooking
at like certain ages. So it's like the first time I ever played, like I was the kid that nobody ever I wasn't even part of the unpopular group. In art class, you had the biggest table of like 20 kids all doing art, and then you had another biggest table with like all like the nerds, and then you had this biggest table with just me. And I was the only bitch in there, and like I broke my headset, so I had to bring like speakers in. And I was playing Less Than Jake and like the old was it like the old what were the old CDs that they had, the volume 2s and stuff like that?
Oh, now that's what I call music.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And like I had my headset broke, so I brought in my speakers and I started playing Less Than Jake, and then all of a sudden everybody, this is around the time like right before I moved, so everybody's like, "Oh my god, you like Less Than Jake?" And I'm like, "Bitch, I have to." My sister's babysitters drag us to fucking concerts and shit because they don't want to babysit us. So it was kind of interesting to see them kind of like be into it, but not really show it until somebody else did. I don't know.
Well, fuck.
That was a deep story.
Sorry.
That was deep.
Are we not going
Emotional damage?
It's not. I mean, like, I found people that liked Less Than Jake. It was just kind of surprising because, like,
you found
no one really. Well, no, they all just liked me because they thought that I was fat, and then they found out that I was really skinny, and then they wanted to be my friends even more.
How the fuck
they
is that
wanted
possible?
to be. It's so weird. The guy who had a locker next to me was like, "I'm sorry, but I thought that you were fat for like the past 4 years." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "You wear baggy clothes." I'm like, "That doesn't
this all day?"
make me fat.
So yeah. Sorry. What the fuck kind of people are you around?
I lived in Jersey, motherfucker.
Shit.
Yeah, I lived in Jersey.
I don't want to go to Jersey now.
Cool.
I'll drive.
I don't want to go to Jersey.
I
thought Jersey people were cool.
No. Wait. What? You actually thought that people from Jersey were cool?
Thought you guys were nice.
No, I'm the nicest bitch you'll ever meet out of Jersey. That's it. You might find one or two on the side.
Not like quoting Jersey Shore or anything.
Fuck Jersey Shore. Them bitches are from fucking New York. That shit was so trash. I would talk shit about it all day, and I only watched 5 minutes of the first episode. Sorry.
Oh.
Them bronze tan motherfuckers.
They were from New York. Casting was held in New York, downtown New York.
Yes. My junior prom, my prom date wore a zoot suit because we made a tea dress for me. So it lives deep inside of me. Like it's in my heart. I think that's so cool. And seeing Jim Carrey in The Mask in that bright yellow zoot suit.
Somebody smoke. Yeah. So this goddamn. I love you guys. Oh man. I mean, fun era. It was the 90s. Nothing made sense during that time.
Did you wear a fedora?
Oh, no, I wear no damn fedora.
No.
I did.
Scott, you wear a fedora?
Yeah, yeah, Fuck no. I'm gonna go buy
Oh
one just for the
God,
hell of it.
jeez. All right, moving on from that. That was wild. You got your pop rock era, pop punk era. Call it the second mainstream era here. And so I mean, I guess you could say Green Day can kind of tie into this, and even though they're a little bit more older in this era and stuff like this. But I like to call this the era of everyone sounded the same or looked the same to me. That's what I call it and stuff. I mean, whether it was your Green Day, you got your the Offspring during this
Offspring.
time. I mean, they had their own little sound. They established this era and
Mm.
stuff like that. And then you got of course, you got your people who follow along with it. So I'll call these yo heads, the OGs, and stuff like that. We all know our Offspring. We all remember that song "Flurry Fly" for a while, where we were when that came out, and went, "What the fuck just happened there?" Yeah,
The kids are not all right.
Mm.
that's right. Like they're not all right.
The kids are
It's
not all right.
Yeah, but then Drive Through Records kind of had their little explosion. To I guess you could say as we got in our teen years, I kind of
Mm.
paid attention to this shit and stuff. Oh, Scott, then something that happened. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going. That's what we got our boys like Sun 41 or Blink with
Yeah.
82s and stuff like that. I mean, this is the year when I started to pick up a guitar, and I actually wanted to learn for one thing for once. I told Scott one time in the other video, Sum 41 was my gateway to like heavier music and stuff. So I'm gonna let you guys shine and go from there and stuff like that. I mean, do you remember your breakdown where you were? Anybody, please.
Well, Green Day was mine because I got Dookie. My cousin gave me Dookie.
Right.
But then when these guys came out right here, that changed everything for me. Like
The
they were
Canadians.
every All Killer No Filler was my shit, and there was nothing better for me. And then like going back to Green Day too, like I have such connections with Green Day, and I didn't even realize until I'm thinking about it right now. Our class song for my graduating class that we like, one of the ones we gifted to the class as our goodbye was Good Riddance.
Really?
Yeah. And we
Wow.
were a problem class.
Well, we did
Um,
anything we wanted to see in movies, didn't we?
it was, we were, they hated us. They were so glad when, I'm pretty sure they had parties when we graduated because they didn't have to deal with us anymore. But
Shit.
we had taught the younger generations, so they just continued the chaos.
Hmm.
Punk rock in Ohio. Then these guys.
These ancient fucks. Oh my
Still around
goodness.
doing this shit. I
Yeah.
don't. I kind of, I was with it. Do you guys remember that festival? The one that Ja Rule started with that guy, and then like never fucking happened. Like
Mm-mm.
they were.
The Fire Festival?
There you go. And shit.
Disaster.
Yeah, these were like one of the first bands that had to cancel and stuff. Actually, I think there's a documentary out there about that shit. But these were like one of the first bands to like cancel that shit. I had to see what's going on. But I'm sitting there thinking like, who the hell is paying like $3,000, $10,000 to go see Blink-182 on a fucking island? Not me, but
I don't know. I mean, if I had that kind of money,
Oh,
I
that
would just
island
for the
thing.
nostalgia of it all. Because, like, I went hard emo. I went hard emo for a
Wait, did you go
while.
scene or did you just go emo?
Oh, no, it was emo.
So emo instead of scene?
Yeah. I mean, I started
Wait,
dabbling into
scene
when.
was harder emo. Like, cause
No, no, I
I
mean, like,
used to
true
do
emo.
scene.
I mean, true emo. Like, true
Yeah.
emo. Like,
Yeah.
not like poser emo, but true emo.
Like,
And
like,
the I Miss You was just such a core in all of our awakenings as little baby emo children's.
so like, hold on, what was that band called? It's like one band. Like, if I think of like one that explains emo.
A lot of times Panic at the Disco is like
No.
the quintessential emo
Uh-uh.
band, but they're
No,
not.
no,
They're
no, no, no,
way
no.
more pop
No, no,
pop
no. Panic
emo.
at the Disco is a whole different genre of themselves. That is a circus. Right. That is a circus punk pop kind of shit.
My favorite.
That's something completely different with what they've done there. That leads into like the circus music that we have now. Like that kind of genre. That kind of started that. So yeah. But it was a certain band. I think it started with an M. It was the guy who did the yellow flower out of his mouth and who did like the murder scene in one of the videos. I can't remember him.
Midtown?
No.
My Chemical Romance?
No. But they
were pretty emo.
They were emo. They were just emo. But it was right around that era somewhere. But
Warped Tour was one of the most exhausting experiences of my life.
I used to get stuck in the mud.
Yes, yeah, it poured down rain. We watched a guy get arrested from the water because he was trying to swim across to get in.
Poor guy.
I had a panic attack because the bass of one of the bands made my heart rhythm change.
Aww.
But I got to see Less Than Jake, so that made me very happy.
That's
of Mice and Men, we saw them. And then we wanted to be more around like the more indie bands, so I don't remember any of their fucking names. But there's this really cool punk and hip hop group, and I wish I could remember their name because they were fantastic. I'll have to go back and see if I can find it in that Warped Tour. Google will lead me.
So, like I said, I call this the era of everyone looked the same.
Oh my god,
for the exception for Good Charlotte.
Well, two of their members do look the same.
They're twins. They're fucking twins, bro. They're twins. The lead singer and one of the guitarists are fucking twins. Yeah, dude, that was
Simple Plan.
Oh my god, fuck them.
So I used to piss the era off because I used to mix all their songs together. I don't really quite know a Simple Plan song like that.
To you.
So I get them Boiling for Soup.
Play that shit. Boiling for Soup was good though. Well, they were decent.
So is Simple Plan, and Simple Plan puts on a hell of a show.
They were paid performers. They had no punk bone.
And I was entertained.
Well, I mean, I agree with
I paid my money. I was entertained.
To me, they were just not punk. They were just pop, and they were just skater.
Well, that was like all of them. Once like Mayday Parade and We the Kings started coming out, then it started moving more pop.
And shit.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Well, you said We the King or something like that, and as soon as because when they dropped that song around that time, Simple Plan was really popping off.
Yeah,
because I was in a lot of punk bands at that time, because in between that window, that was the punk band with the fucking one guy who played the bass, and we had the drums, the drum machine with the fucking wig.
Hang on, guys. Scotty, you gotta drop out in a minute.
Yeah, did she tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Go ahead, man. Close the statement. Scott's thoughts. Get the fuck up out of here, buddy.
You'll probably be still. I want to get back.
Oh.
Fucking asshole. I love it. Fuck.
Bro. All right. Go ahead, man. Do your thing, man.
I'm doing like fucking 10 things at once. It's great.
No, you're good, dude. I totally get it. I kind of waste everybody's time for like a fucking hour trying to get shit going. So I get you, dog.
It's all good, man. Appreciate y'all.
Guys, take it easy.
I follow them on TikTok and they're hilarious.
Oh, which ones?
Bowling for Soup.
Okay, yeah. I have them on. I did have them on Facebook, but I don't go on Facebook, so it's. I've only been on Facebook like twice in my entire life, if you count it by like a year or so.
In there.
Oh my god, Avril Lavigne too. They said that she died and it's a double ganger.
She did an interview about it on a podcast not too long ago, just like last week or something. She said it's the craziest thing.
I hope she kind of plays into it. Like if she ever leaned into it, I'd sit there and be like, then I'll give her music another listen.
She was really funny about it. She was like, "No, I'm me," and then she was like, "Or am I?"
Yeah, my sister loved Avril Lavigne. She was like when Paramore came out, she was like another girl band, and I was like, it's a girl singer.
I remember when Complicated came out that summer. I had the same summer that Complicated came out.
Uh-huh.
I had a paper route. So like hearing Complicated just like makes me smell newspaper. And because it was like
Oh,
4 o'clock in the morning, it was like
that's
dark out
so
and just quiet.
cool.
It was just like it's this core memory of when I
Yeah.
heard Complicated. And I do love Avril Lavigne. Like When You're Gone,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's called. That like if I'm like actually listening to it and like singing along to it, I can't help but cry.
Mm.
Like it's such an emotional song, and I feel like she didn't get the credit she deserved just because she was like the
She
skater
was a
girl.
girl. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it was
that's
a different genre that was like coming in, and a lot of the adults were not in favor of any of us and any of our music or anything like that. They really pushed at this shit. I remember this. Like Avril
it's
Lavigne was like my sister's favorite, but
yeah, Avril Lavigne and Amy Lee
oh, I
making the
have an
parents
issue.
upset.
I have an issue with Amy Lee. I bet Amy Lee, she can suck my. I don't.
You
I
guys are
don't.
cooking and I'm loving it. Um,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I got a question. So, I mean, she's Avril Lavigne falls under the pop punk,
Mm-hmm.
you know, era and stuff like that. Does Pink fall in this era? Is she considered
No,
pop punk? No, she's more
No,
R
no,
and B or something like that,
no.
or
She's hip hop. She's
is she?
pop. Yeah, she's hip hop
she
pop.
has well, she has kind of her own genre, really, because
No, she's hip
she's
hop pop. She has a style. It's a fashion. The punk attitude, the aggressive attitude is a style to her. It is not a representation of any kind of genre. It's just pop, hip hop with a punk fashion.
I just
I
mean
got
from
you.
her influences. Her influence comes from everywhere
Well, you
because
can pull your
she's
influences from everywhere. It's how she presents herself. It's hip hop with a punk what is it, a punk closet, so that's
Kind of the
basically
same
that's
I don't know.
it.
I wouldn't refer to Pink at all as hip hop, like at
I find her
all.
as hip hop pop. She's more poppy. She's just poppy. She's just very, because it's all pop music. It's
Her
all
more
cookie cutter.
recent stuff, yes, like post that duet with the guy from Fun. Her
I
music
wouldn't
after that
know.
was more like, well, it was kind of more sophisticated than like her Wild Child. Like
That's why it's
she's
not
kind of
punk.
she's like a grown up Wild Child now, where
Yeah.
she still
okay.
has edge, but not like she did when Can't Take Me Home came out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I know she's part of a pop R and B group before she came out and did her own thing. But we're talking about early 2000s Pink. So no, she's not considered pop punk.
Yeah.
Okay,
She's
just pop.
not punk. She's
Okay,
not punk at all.
okay,
Yeah, it was
That's
more
just fashion.
rock based than anything like
No, it's just
that. Right?
fashion. She's just a sign-on artist, someone who is willing to play a character for a certain genre to try to turn punk into pop.
Oh, so we
She is
going there,
a
Jen.
pop hip hop. Yes, I will go there. I will
We're,
go there because I knew the music industry. I was in the music industry. I fucking was signed in the music industry. They will make you play, or they won't make you. They will like tell you to create a character. To create a character, and all the music that she wrote, that ain't her music. She didn't write. She could have written poetry, and then people took it and rewinded it and turned it, and then gave her a cookie cutter sound. Her music is very similar to what is popular. That's why it is a pop song, or a pop trend, or a pop artist. And hip hop is something that keeps you bouncing and keeps you moving. So like, that's why I say hip hop artist. I mean, but pop. She's pop. She is not punk. End of story. That is just a fashion. That's
Fueled by
like,
ramen.
yeah. Yeah, I was wondering when you were gonna
This
bring that up.
this this is the label that
That's
broke the music industry.
that was when Paramore got big because they were signed with them, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Paramore, Fall Out Boy,
Mm-hmm.
Panic at the Disco,
Yep.
Bowling for Soup was on their roster at one point. I believe
Mm-hmm.
Less Than Jake was on their roster at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fueled by Ramen was
Mm-hmm.
insane. And the
Yep.
way they were cranking out these just amazing artists and performers, like, and this was when like it started, like the band started to separate again.
Which one? Which one started to separate?
Like Fall
Oh,
Out
you
Boy
mean
didn't sound like My Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance didn't sound like, XYZ. Linkin Park, like the band started to separate a little bit more than the Simple Plan, Good Charlotte era.
Well, I mean, well that era was also like mixed in with older stuff like Sublime and No Doubt and stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, it's still a mix, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
during that time, a lot of kids were also still getting into like the Misfits and like the Sex Pistols and trying to dig into like that older junk to go ahead and start influence, their own musical interests. And it's not just what we see that's put out during the time when we're growing up, it's also the stuff that was left behind that we picked up from our families and stuff. So like, yeah.
And oh, yeah.
Mm. Oh, but the old CDs I was talking about was the Hopelessly Devoted volumes. Do you guys remember those?
Probably. I don't know. I had most of them at one point.
Yeah.
It was like my mission to collect all of the Now CDs.
Did you go to like the old spec stores and stuff and try to get those in like the
No,
used
I just
bins?
downloaded it.
Uh, oh, I was still in the. I guess I was still. How old are you?
36.
36? I'm gonna be 38. Damn, that's not even that far off. That's a huge difference. Even like the 2 year difference, right? Or somewhere around like a 2 year difference between
Mm-hmm.
us. Like
So
the
probably about a
music
year and a half, yeah.
industry, yeah, but still, like the music
Yeah, it
industry
changed
impact is
because
hugely different. That's insane, but it's so cool at like the same time.
I did grow up in that
Mm-hmm.
like the
Yeah.
area we're talking about, but I also had like the other tapes that I
Mm-hmm.
had. I had En Vogue, Salt and
Mm-hmm.
Pepper, and then Hanson, like Backstreet Boys. Like I was in
Oh.
like Spice Girls were the biggest when I was in fifth grade.
Oh, okay.
So
Spice Girls. Hold on. Let me think of when Spice Girls. Spice Girls was big when I was in like ninth grade. You said fifth
wouldn't have
grade,
been that
right?
far apart. Yeah, it wouldn't have been that
Yeah,
far apart.
no, but I
Because
I just got
in
into like high school. Oh wait, no, never mind.
I
No,
would say
wait, no,
younger
you're
than that.
right. Never
in
mind. Yeah,
in
no, because
fifth
that's when I
grade,
started watching it. Never mind.
no, because in fifth grade we had a group of us that we were the Spice Girls. I was Ginger,
Yeah, I forgot
and
how old they are.
I
yeah,
would say maybe middle school
They're
for you, Jen.
fucking old. Yeah, no, it is middle school. No, the
Yeah.
time that I watched the movie, because that's what I was thinking of, like when me and like my friends would sit there and do like British accents for like hours because we just watched the movie. Be like, you can't do that. Says who? Says Mr. Chess. It's been in the rules for thousands of years. Well, I'm going to break the rules and set this sauce my food. That's go that there. Well, I'm going to slap you in a minute. It would be like, are you
My
supposed to let
Chemical
go of the rock?
Romance has one of my favorite.
Mm.
Uh-oh,
Hold on.
we
Uh
lost you.
oh. We lost your
We
mic.
lost you, Stevie.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Your mic. Your mic. Your mic.
You can hear
You
us, though.
know. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Oh fuck no.
Hello?
Wow, that's so
Gotcha.
bad.
I can hear you now.
Just a little bit.
Say something
Speak.
again.
Speak. Speak, apparition.
Hang on, Stevie. Say something.
Well, I don't know what's happening. Like it switched to my.
No. Okay, I can hear it.
Yeah, because it moved to my phone, but I can't. I won't really be able to hear you. Hang on. There we go.
You good? Good.
Yay!
Can you hear us though?
Yes,
Okay, cool. You're good.
I'm back.
Yeah, it just went
Um,
robotic and we just lost you for a minute.
yeah, I'm not sure what happened to that. It was the headphones. My
I
Chemical
just
Romance has one of
yeah.
my favorite origin stories.
Go
The
ahead.
towers went down and he was riding into the city. He was trying to get into Cartoon Network.
And that's the reason why we have Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey. 9/11.
No.
Yeah.
Intrigue me. Tell me about this.
I don't
Let
I
her
don't
cook, Jen. Let her cook.
I don't remember the full timeline, but
Well, I know 50 Shades of Grey
it's
come
just
from
Twilight
vampire,
fanfic.
Twilight vampire. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
And Stephanie Meyer got the idea of the Twilight universe, I guess
Mhm.
something to do with My Chemical Romance. I'll research it and I'll bring
Damn.
it
Oh
back.
no.
But no, it's fun.
No, it's I know which song it is because I was during that time when My Chemical Romance was going around. That was the time where I started getting into the radio stations, the 97X. And I saw their I used to get tickets to the concerts and shit that they would go to, or like the little shows. Like I'd get free entry. So like
So
there's a
yeah,
song on there that's something about vampires. Sorry, my bad.
no, it's okay. It's this whole through line that because 9/11 happened, we have Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey.
Hmm. The
Okay,
Mandela
I'm
effect.
a big
So
9/11 nerd, so you gotta keep going with that one. Jen, let her cook. Let her
we'll
tell the
let.
story.
Hang on, that's all I remember.
Ah, okay.
Well, yeah. Well, there's okay. So I finish it
It's
with
fun.
the song from from the first My Chemical Romance CD, and it was a song about mirrors and Valentine or mirrors and vampires and shit, and it was a whole relationship kind of song. I can't remember the name of it or the lyrics, but I remember it because it was one of the songs that I used to listen to all the time. And then when they started, or yeah, like that was around the time where they used to play in like the malls and shit, like out in Jersey and crap, and like fucking they started touring up and down like the East Coast.
Skate punk, emo pop punk.
Sorry, my shit just started, and now I wanna label as we went. We just kept going and stuff. I had everything labeled title for each section and stuff like that. So I mean,
Oh,
like we're pretty much
Ooh,
towards pretty much the end of this and stuff.
yeah.
I just threw AFI just because
I can't stand AFI.
they're
I
trying to
didn't
find their
really either.
place. They never can figure out where they want to be.
Dave can go suck a dick. He can go suck a dick. I think that's what his name is. He was the one who kept on canceling concerts and show half of the time. Like he would pretend to be sick or some shit, and that shit came out when he was doing a show out in Tampa, and the radio station caught wind of it, so they stated it, and they got this shit. They can't play in Tampa anymore.
Oh
Did you
yeah,
know
that's
that?
right. That's right. I did read it up.
AFI
Yeah,
cannot play in Tampa anymore
that's
because
right.
they put the concert up, and then Dave said that he wasn't feeling good, and so they canceled the concert, right? And then they moved the date, and then it came out that he was lying. So people had already switched their tickets to the new date, right? Uh, so like they would have to they'd have to switch back to the date because they were like, oh well, then we'll put the show back on in the original date, and everybody's like, we already fucking made changes, you motherfucker. And then they're like, well, we can't change it back now because, oops, my bad. I pretended to be sick. And then every fucking person was just like, refund, refund, refund. The entire crowd, everybody who got a ticket to that show, whether it was they were there for the other bands or not, they all fucking said, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Nope.
Orlando almost just did that to another band recently. I think this
Hmm.
year or last year. I can't remember
Hmm.
who it was, but
Yeah. Evanescence did the same shit. Amy Lee.
mm,
Sorry. I know you're a fan of her, but she did it. She did it a couple times.
Not her, just her music, and she was really pretty.
You good? You
She's
good? I'm
really
not.
pretty.
Yeah. No, you good.
I
I
saw
won't
her
throw too
back in
much dish about her because she
2017.
went
Still
through
a
a
good show.
lot. She went through a lot in her life shit.
Mm.
Like, I may not be a fan of like the things that she has done, but at the same time, it's like if you follow her story, you'll be like, yeah, okay, I can see why she did it, but still at the same time, you're like, no. But yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Anybody fan of the Plain White Tees, Taking Back Sunday, or anything like that?
Not like fan, but Plain White Tees did a wonderful cover of Poor Jack for the Nightmare Revisited CD, and it's one of my favorite songs on that entire album.
Gotcha.
I,
Gotcha.
I think Plain White Tees was the one band that everybody in the band wore pink velvet underwear.
I don't know that much about them.
No. Okay, so when they were doing the tours and stuff, I'm pretty sure that it was Plain White Tees because like they were the one because like when I was walking by like they were playing and you could see because like their shirts were kind of like lifted up to where you could see pink lines. Like you're like, are they wearing belts? And I'm like, no, those is that underwear? Each and every one of like they were like, we're gonna wear these all tour, and I'm like,
Sometimes you want to feel fancy.
apparently so. I mean, that was
Fancy
pretty cool.
panties.
Fancy pink panties, like neon bright pink panties, and I was like, why is their waist pink?
I literally only know that they did the song from the Nightmare Revisited and Hey There Delilah. That's
Yes.
it. I know they probably have much more stuff because they toured and they did all this, but that's all I know about that. And Taking Back Sunday, I know their songs. I know that I would recognize it if I listened to it, but it's not like in the forefront.
I knew a couple more of their songs. They did a couple more punk kind of sounding stuff, like what was it? What band did the Monsters? I met them. They were. I don't remember. But they did a lot of smaller tours. So like it was like dive bars and shit. Well, not really dive bars, but the ones with like the big, like the Blues House, the House of Blues out in Orlando. Pickett knows that one.
Oh, I'm always there.
Oh, you remember the House of Blues out here out in Orlando?
Yeah.
Like how they have like a big. It's kind of like those kind of bars, those kind of concert areas where you at least fit like I don't know 200-300 people in, maybe.
Bless you. Yeah. I mean, a little bit more than that and stuff.
Probably
I mean,
about 500 to 600, but
I mean, it gets packed in there. I mean, I'm there for any metal show act or anything like that.
Yeah.
There, even hard rock.
Plain White Tees was that kind of level of atmosphere crowd.
Yeah.
Just like Yellow Card. Like Yellow Card was that level too. Fuck Yellow Card.
Let me start with Yellow Card.
Yellow Card can go stuff a dick.
All right, I got a question for y'all.
Yes.
The decline in popularity. Do you agree that the punk scene or the pop punk scene, whatever, did it decline, or is it still relevant today?
I think it's relevant in the pop culture zeitgeist. Like, and I specifically attribute TikTok.
Okay.
Because you have multiple, and it makes it, but really that's for any genre. It puts us more even closer to those people than like Instagram or Facebook would.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like it feels like real time interactions.
Okay.
And I feel like some of the pop punk groups grabbed a hold of that.
Right.
And then you had, the explosion of the I'm just a kid trend, which I did myself. And it was one of my favorite things I've ever done. And
yeah, go ahead.
But because millennials are so in the forefront right now, and all millennials care about is going back to the 90s. Like, I feel like we just all want to go back to where it was simple and we drank water out of the hose and, like where everything was more simple. Everything just like post 9/11, everything just got so complicated. Even post Columbine, life started to get more complicated. I was in, I think, middle school when Columbine happened, and it like totally shifted the entire realm of safety and education. And I feel like that's when the education system started to go downhill, as well as like our goodwill towards anything. So
Hmm.
like we just want to hold on to that. That's X-Men 97 brought that out in all of us just now. Like we just crave that time. So we're gonna latch on to these artists that are coming, back into our brains. Like Paramore just had a brilliant PR stunt where they wiped everything, and it brought more intrigue and showing more people getting to see what it's like to see Hayley Williams perform, because I've seen it and she is nonstop, balls to the wall from first note to last note.
Okay.
And it I don't know, I think I could just keep going. I'm sorry.
I ain't good.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
Passionate.
any
you're
thought
good.
on that? No, we were letting you cook, man. I mean,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, mine's too sad, so you're good. Yeah, mine. Yeah, you're like, we're gonna go back to like the old days, and I'm like, she's like, stuff started to get bad around this time, and I'm like, stuff started getting bad before I even came out of my mom's vagina. So
No, you're good. And don't be discouraged what Scott says. That's just Scott and
what did
stuff.
he say?
No, he didn't say anything. I'm just like,
Oh,
he
Oh.
makes little remarks. I kind of be like,
oh, I
oh,
don't give a fuck.
I know you
Bitch,
don't.
I
bitch,
live with Andrew Daryl.
That's true.
I grew up with my mom. The fuck did they do?
By the way,
Seriously,
I just wonder if it was still relevant because I mean, like,
I don't think.
you
I
know,
think. Sorry, I honestly think like the punk scene died out in 2004 and 2005.
how's that?
I think it really died there because around 2000 is the time where I got into bands. I was freshman in high school. I was learning how to play bass. I was teaching myself how to play bass guitar. 6 months in, fuck this, I'm joining a band. That's how much confidence I had, and I started joining punk band after punk band after punk band, and each and every one of them used to drop me because I was a girl, because somebody in the band did not want to play with a girl,
Mm,
right? uh, and it was also around the time where I think transition over at the Tampa skate park, that was a big spot where a lot of punk bands would play. There was like, I was underground punk bands, I guess, more say,
okay.
like, because it was all, everybody used to meet up at the actual shows. And around 2003, the shows started losing money because the kids couldn't afford to go to the shows because no parents would give them money to go to the shows, and they didn't have any cars or anything like that to go get jobs.
Mm,
And then all the places where the bands would actually play, like the underground bands played, started shutting down in 2003, row after row after row, all the way from Tampa all the way to fucking Lakeland. Kissimmee didn't have anything. Orlando probably lost quite a bit, but I don't think they didn't lose that much. Lakeland lost every fucking punk spot. Brandon lost just about, I think now they lost every punk spot. Every back door that you go in for shows,
mm,
gone. So it didn't the real punk scene, it didn't stay relevant
okay.
in 2003 because everybody couldn't get out. They couldn't really do much until they were adults in 2005, and by that time everybody was listening to stuff on MySpace, grabbing that's why it looked all the same. And then as soon as we had a chance to express ourselves, we were already into something that was already cookie cutter. So
Mm-hmm.
we took what we knew, which was the punk that just didn't evolve, because we
Mm-hmm.
couldn't evolve it because we didn't have the freedom to do it. So when we did, it was what was influenced us to the nostalgic that we wanted. So it was pop punk, and that's what really created, that's that whole motion into uh, the pop punk culture, which technically I wouldn't really call it punk, but I will say it's pop punk because
Okay.
it's created from the two genres.
Yeah,
Okay.
But I
musically
don't think
not
it's
relevant. Like
relevant. No, the genre is, unless it comes back, it's dead.
Yeah, industry wise, no.
Industry
Pop
wise,
culture wise, yes.
pop
Okay.
culture wise, it's starting to come back, but it died in 2005. It became a emo scene. It became
Right.
the emo and it became the scene kids. Because that's what it was at the time. Because that's what you guys evolved into was emo and scene.
Okay.
Because it was the pop culture, and then you had the kids who were into anime who listened to the J rock and the J pop, and then in 2005, 2006, then you started seeing more K-pop being introduced. I know it's going beyond the 2005 part, but it's like it just it all melts together. And but yeah, the old school genres that we had, I don't think they're relevant anymore.
Yeah, because 2005 is when Panic came out.
Mm-hmm.
A Fever You Can't Sweat Out came out in 2005. That was the
They
year,
have
year
that's
I
why I say like they
graduated.
have like their own kind of genre.
Mhm.
Panic at the Disco is there's some new like there's a circus kind of genre that's
I'd
out
say
there.
it's definitely more theatrical. Like it's
That too.
definitely a
Well, yeah,
campier
because it is.
style.
Yeah, it's kind of like I think of like the circus. I think of the because like their whole presentation with it and things like that. And then what is it's there's an artist that's out now or that was out in like 2010, and she did clown makeup, and she was like a trailer she sung about living in a trailer park and things like that. And I feel like Panic at the Disco really influenced that circus theme into her music because she said that she was into them for a while. So it's like that's I don't know, that's how I follow music, through the influence, I guess. No, I think about it. Yeah.
I was muted. So-
You're good.
no, that's good inputs with both of you guys. Seriously, you guys are cooking. You guys are doing great. Um,
Are
I
you
only,
sure?
oh, huh, eh. I say that, and I don't know if it's really the punk scene that's really influential. And I only say that because, like, if you ever listen to trap music or hip hop
Mm-hmm.
nowadays,
Yeah.
they use as the emo or the music from that time. That's it really influenced them to do what they do now. And
Mm-hmm.
the more I listen to it, I can see it and stuff. But I wonder if it was actually the music or just the style at the time that influenced it or whatnot, or you
I
know.
think it's more the
Uh,
style. Like,
it was more
yeah, I
of the
don't think the
feeling. I think
music.
it was more of like the feeling that's kind of like because like when you think of punk, when you think about punk, you think about expressing yourself in a very kind of not like a rage, but a very chaotic or chaos kind of like
Mhm.
energy. But still, I don't know. For me, it's still kind of like contained, but for others, it. I think Scarlord is a great representation of a modern punk, in my perspective. Have you ever listened to Scarlord?
No. Oh, wait. The British kid?
The kid that screams, yeah.
Yeah,
I
the British
believe he's
guy.
British, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
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 He reminds me of a nowadays punk,
Okay.
in my perspective. He would be in my book, I would call him punk for like this generation or his generation.
Okay.
So, because I mean, it's very expressive. It's very much about that rage inside or just being able to be free. And part of it, why he says like when he screams, he says it's because it just feels good. So he just does it, and it's something that he can do with his voice. And he's like, I'm just gonna do it because that's what it is.
Gotcha.
It's a very punk attitude with it, like very myself.
Perspective, guys. Guys,
Mm.
great shit, man. I was going to add a segment of trivium. Not, God damn it, trivia, not trivium.
Oh
Trivia.
no.
I was gonna play like a 5 second clip of a song, see if you guys could name it quickest. I was gonna keep score and all that. I was going to do
Okay.
that, but my setup is not the way that I had it yesterday, where everybody can kind of hear my music and stuff. And my computer's slow as crap, so if I
It's
come up
okay.
as glitchy and or anything, I'm not really using what I normally would use and stuff. But definitely could try it later on, unless people got things they got to do. Um, whatnot. But in the meantime, I'll probably do that another day and stuff. But guys, this was an awesome video. But I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Uh,
Boo!
I mean, we can continue to hang, after
My
this,
phone's about to die.
Oh no!
What?
I had to plug my headphones in, so I had to take it off the charger.
Oh, you get. Well, I'm
I
gonna go
don't
ahead
know
and
where my
close this.
battery's at for mine.
Guys
My
watching and
phone's
stuff,
sideways.
in the chat, spew your facts out there. If we're wrong or right, you know how to do.
Mm.
If you guys like the content, hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We are live. Well, we're not live, but we will be here every Thursday for you. Um, guys, we had Super Villanova over here. We had Stevie hanging with us. We had Scott, but he had to go run and do some personal things and stuff. And Scott's in Tennessee right now. They just had a thunderstorm today. Um, Damage all over the place. So you got family out in Tennessee. Look out for your peoples out there, man. Other than that, guys, stay cool, stay chill. Thank you for joining us at the Reltron Talk podcast. Have a good one. Peace.